Hey everybody, it's your friend Sarmate here, back with a new series. This one's Kingdoms Reborn. I hope you're having a fantastic and amazing day today. This game just came out with a new patch as of today, the 10th of March. So check this out. We have a new little thingy doodler here when we're going to go start a game. Your portrait and a little logo-y, simply guy, and the background. So there's factions now in this game, the Dutchies and the Emirates. So you can see if we click here, it changes our background, showing our allegiance. So it gives you a very brief description of what the faction is good with. Research powerhouse and master traders of the desert. Since we're doing a trade playthrough in our settlement survival, I'm not going to do the Emirates this time. We'll go with Dutchies. If we get into this, we'll do another game maybe with the Emirates and check those guys out. But here's all the icons. There's all sorts of fun icons. A little kitten guy, a couple dragons. Ooh, unicorn. Nice, nice. So yeah, a couple of fun things. Change the colors. Change the background there. Ooh, red sky. Oh, that's cool. Lots of neat things here. And then portraits. Portraits of some important peoples. I don't really know a whole lot of these guys, but I know a handful of them. We'll just keep with the default guy here, because it doesn't really matter if you click on any of these people. There's no buffs, there's no perks or disadvantages, things. This is a little reminiscent to me of Civilization. Well, here's Gandhi too. But there's no perks or buffs like I just mentioned, so not really sure what the deal is with that yet, but maybe they'll add something. So you can see what we got here for settings. Map size medium, speed level is medium, moisture is very wet, temperature and mountain density are both medium, AI players 3, and difficulty is brutal. The world is ready, so we're gonna go ahead and start. The world generation in this game is a little weird. You can see with the settings here that we'll get kind of a more normal looking world for the most part. It's not perfect, but I'll show you here. As far as like the geography, so you got more toward the equator is more jungly, and then here's of course the desert region, and then as you go north or south you have more temperate, and then if you go way south you can see it gets Arctic. Likewise, if you go way north it gets Arctic. And then I think we're gonna go over on this side of the world. Here we got 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Those are our AI compatriots in the world. So I'm gonna try and ignore them a little bit, and we're gonna head on over here. So what we can do is we want to look for a couple things. So the rivers are gonna have a really high fertility rate on either side. So the banks are gonna be fertile. It's gonna be a great spot for farming. Another thing that you're gonna need earlier in the game is coal and iron. So you're gonna want to be by coal and iron. I like this spot too because it has grapes. Cotton would be good, dye, and we have cannabis over here, a couple other good things, coffee. So I think what we'll do is I like this spot here. We can be pretty close to the water here. We could do some docks, and then here's a good spot for farms. We could take a just quick little peek around before we just jump into something to see if there's anything we like a little bit more. I'm not really seeing anything initially here that I like more. Because I want to be close to that iron and the coal. So I think we're gonna go like this. This seems a little bit far away, but you'll see that you'll get money pretty quick, and it's pretty easy to expand. So this is gonna take 2,906 monies to start here. I don't have any indication of how much we have to start, but that's a lot. But we'll see how much we have once we get going here. Fertility 100%, temperature fluctuations, you can see that 14 to 82 F, negative 10 to 28 C. And then disease frequency is 1 per year. It's pretty good. If you click on like a jungle, a lot of times the jungle provinces have higher disease frequencies. So you can see up to 3 right there. We don't want to have that. We want to go a little bit easier on ourselves and go with disease frequency of 1. We have grapes, we have stones here, base income of 50, and then flat area is pretty big. So because we only have 94 monies left, we aren't going to be able to do a whole lot here. But you can see we are able to adjust our starting goods. I'm going to keep the 94 monies, because if we don't have any money we can't really build anything, and then we're kind of stuck. So what we want to start with is the town hall. So the rectangle there on the left is going to be where our storage is going to be. So you want to keep that in mind. So I think we're going to go in this type area, and we'll have the dock on the left there, and we can do some wood gathering up over here, and that's kind of what I'm thinking. So let's take a moment. We'll look at our starting cards. So wheat seeds, we have farming and brewed into beer, which is happiness, and a bunch of other stuff like that. Trade resources with the world market, a pretty good piece right there. And then investment, +1 income for every 20 you own. Ooh, that could be pretty good. I think since we have a low amount of coins to begin with, I think investment might be a good thing to start with. We can get trading posts later, we can get wheat seeds later. Let's go with investment. I have some idea what I'm doing. There we go. So this game has a card system, which gets kind of a little bit irritating after a while, but it's not too bad. So you can see here the cost of the things to build. Well, it's really the cost of to get it in your hand. So you have your hand down here. It's 6 cards, I believe, in your hand at one time. But you can stack cards, so it's not too bad. It sounds kind of crappy, but it's really not that big a deal. And you can even print cards eventually. So yeah, we got over here, we have our money, the current temp. This is our populations, adults and kids. We have our housing spaces versus population here, storage spaces versus use, and then our resources here on the left. And then we have no luxury items yet, so that doesn't show up. But, so I want to start with, I think we're going to start with a food source. I feel like that's probably a good idea. So I'm going to go with the fruit gatherer. There's a lot of fruit trees around, so what the fruit trees look like are these guys here with like the yellow, well, fruits on them. So that's going on here. And then what this investment card is, so this is a passive, but when it's in your hand like this, it's not activated. So what you want to do is, you see this slot right here? That's where that guy goes. So now, once I turn the game on, that will be active, and we should see a change in our income. Let's see if it fluctuates or anything yet. See, so no change yet, but we will see that once we hit play. So let's go ahead and we'll get it going a little bit, see if that changed. So it did jump up to 52. There is an additional buff for being in this biome. We're going to do farming because we're going to do a lot of farming. So you can see your town bonus +10 for productivity for farms in the forest biome. It's great. That's where we are. So we have 18 people with no houses. So the number that I recall being the sweet number for houses is 6. So we're going to start with that guy right there, and then I do want to get a tree farm started here. A fruit farm started right away here. So of course this isn't an ideal spot, but I want it to be close to the settlement for efficiency's sake, and this has to be close to storage. So once the fruit gatherer gets built here, they'll be able to go here for storage, and we have the people who live here to work, and so we'll get that stuff queued up and get that work done. So just like settlement survival, they're going to start clearing the area out, and then we can get another thing going here. So you can see, yep, they're going to go here, gather the stuff, go over here, build it, and they're going to do that. So just like in settlement survival as well, you can gather stone trees and non-fruit trees. So you can specify a little bit what you want here. I don't want to take any of our fruit trees because we need that for our fruit gather. So I'm going to say non-fruit trees. And we're just going to kind of grab a little bit of a blob over there and get a couple more trees coming in. I'm going to do that again a little bit down south here. And then I also want to grab some stone. And we'll grab this little bit right there. And we have our tech tree now. So this tech tree is pretty big. You can see here we got lots of stuff happening. We'll work through it together and we can learn all the things on the way together. It'll be great. But we're going to start with basic medicine. So if we go back to the tech tree there, you can see here the trading post and trading port. So we didn't get the trading post to start with. That's where you could get it afterwards. So that's the deal with that. And then the last thing that I haven't talked about really on the UI is this guy right here, and that is a speed boost. So it boosts the target building's work speed by 50% for 50 seconds. And you get this little action over the top of the building, and it gets a little bit better. So that's basically it for that. And then we're just going to continue on with building our houses here so that our citizens at our homeless don't leave us, because I think they do that in this game, if I recall. So we want to get these houses up at a decent speed. I wanted to get that fruit gatherer up so we can start getting some food happening, because that's pretty important. We'll get that happening. There we go. Okay, get our road going. And we have a little bit more money. So we have 113 coins. So I'd like to get a fishing dock started over here, or some wood happening. That'd be great. So it looks like fishing lodge is what I got here. So you can hit this free button and it will give you a new pick of cards. But I'm going to go with fishing lodge because that's what I wanted. And every so often here, I guess this is called a round, you'll get a new stack of cards here, and you can go through, and you don't have to pay for shuffling them out. So let's go see what do we got here. So 92% efficiency because we're going further out into the water. So you can see as we back it up, efficiency gets worse. So we're gonna go ahead and we will go 92 and get that going right there. Dirt road, and there we go. Get that rolling. Oh, so Sarmate Town is our town name. Not the greatest town name I've ever heard. So if you have a better idea for a town name, let me know, and maybe we can do a poll or something, and we'll vote on a town name, and we'll come up with a good one, a better one than that. So that'll be fun when we can do that together. So a little fun fact about this game is it's the game that really started the channel. We got into settlement survival really heavily when it came out. Because it was popular and it exploded the channel, and because it's a fun game and I'm enjoying it a lot. But this one is what got me. I think it was like my first 60 subs, so it's kind of a special game to me. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoy this. I was thinking that not everybody has been super hype on our trade focused playthrough on settlement survival. So I was thinking that maybe we want to do something a little bit different with a different game, and I considered buying Foundation or Patron and doing those games, and then I saw this had an update today, and I was like, well, that answers my question. I know what I'm going to play. So let me know what you think about Kingdoms Reborn. If you're excited about it, if you're not excited about it, let me know. I like to know that as well. And if it totally flops, then we won't continue it. But I think it will do pretty well. So I hope you enjoy this. So we have our 3 books here. So Frugality book, Sustainability, and Productivity book. We can decrease upkeep by 70%. So that means it's cheaper to run the building, so that this number will go up. And then we have consume 30% less input. So if you were, let's say, burning coal for fuels, you would use less coal to burn the fuels. That's kind of what that does. And then productivity is, of course, getting more things out of what you got. So we're going to go ahead and put that in our fishing lodge. Get that, so you can see here the batch goes up from 9 to 11. Actually, let's check this out. Let's see how good this guy's at. So if we do 78 oranges, that could be even better over here. Let's check that out. Yep, doesn't really do anything. Okay, we go back into fishing. That's fine. All right, so we're getting fuel and food reserve alarms. It sounds familiar, doesn't it? And so what we can do is we can gather up our non-fruit trees yet again. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna gather up our new non-fruit trees. I wish it would let me keep the tool there. That'd be nice. And we do have 180 coins, so we could build another thingy-doodler, something. We got our forester coming in, and remember, we don't have a ton of workers. So we have 7 laborers and 3 people are building. So this is going to take up 2 people. This takes up 2, and this takes up 2. But we want to get some more food coming in. So one thing I love about this game is this. Look at that graph. So it's very, very clear and easy to see what our food production is annually and what we're using annually. So we're only making about half of what we're consuming, so that's not good at all, of course. So what we want to do is get something else going, and I think what we're going to do is the I was going to say mushroom farm, but what we don't have is a whole lot of wood. So if we did that, it'd kind of be not the greatest. So we're going to pass on that, and let's go with the hunting lodge instead. So we'll get the hunting lodge started. This is a big old radius, so you can see here that we can hunt these animals. So let's go ahead and we'll get this guy started up right in here. But we need a little bit more wood, so we'll get some more gatherers going out, and we have our forester up now. We can get some more wood for this guy and get that built up and get some hunters working for us. So what we want to do with our forester here is we want to make sure that our priorities are set correctly. So we can cut and plant, which we do want to do, but what we want to do is prioritize planting fruit trees. And we are only going to cut non-fruit trees. So what that's going to do for us is focus on fruit trees. And then when we do that, our fruit gatherer will be performing better for us in this area because that's what's shared. So yeah, that's what my thought process is with that. And so we're going to do that. This guy will be done in just a second. And we got medicinal herb seeds, so that's good. We got somebody that just starting to die from starvation, which of course is not good at all. So let's go ahead and we'll get another farm. We'll get a farm started. We don't have any yet. Let's go with a 6x6 to start with. We did get medicinal herb seeds. So what this is here is just medicine. So this is a refined medicinal herb. So we're okay to not do medicinal herbs right away, but we got to keep it in mind that we're going to want to do them soon. So just keep an eye on that. I'll do this as our grapevines, since we're in a grapevine biome area. You can see here, if we click this whole area is going to be okay to build grapevine farms in. If I headed over here, trying to build a farm, I wouldn't be able to build a grapevine over there. So that's what the importance of the border is. So we got people dying from starvation again. So we got our statistics bureau. So this thing is free, doesn't cost anything to have anybody in it, but it does cost a lot of space. Something that we don't have a surplus of right now, so I'm not going to quite build that yet. Where are we at? 350 for money. So yeah, we could do something else. Immigration office. That's of course how we're going to get some immigrants, and we do want to do that. So we'll go ahead and we'll get this thing built up. And then you can see once I took that, it gave us a new hand. So I do have the option of gathering up more than one thing at a time. So I can do this and do this, buy both. And there we go. We have both in our hand now. So we're still getting pinged on food and fuel problems. So we're going to go ahead and, well, let's get our immigration office started first. I don't really want to go that far over because we want fishing docks. So, ooh, that almost fits in there. Ooh, there we go. Got it. That'll work like that. And then our fruit gatherer, I'm going to put another one. Oh, we could even go a little bit this way and have more than one fruit gatherer working. Good. And do a dirt road, of course. Whoop. And then that's going to be kind of far out, so we're going to have a storage yard. And I wouldn't be that surprised if we would need another house as well for that. So we'll just do a little 4x4 right there. Charcoal burner. No, I want to keep that. So yeah, we won't need this guy as well. But when we're losing people, so we don't want to get too wild into another building because we're going to be hurting for a minute here. We have two people. I'm going to back this off, and then it's middle of winter, so putting somebody in a grape farm doesn't really make a whole lot of sense yet. So we don't have anybody working in our fruit gather here, so let's go ahead and we'll update that. No, okay, maybe not. I don't remember how to shift those 6 laborers to oh, it worked. Okay, never mind. So we have people are dying left and right. Suddenly someone asked us to consider eating corpses for survival. Will you allow it? Sure, we'll allow it. Oh, so that's a town slot. Can't do that. Don't have a town slot open. But that's kind of a gruesome picture there. On death, people drop meat. Hunters can hunt wild man. Minus 50% attractiveness, happiness. That's something. Maybe we won't do that. Oh, we got somebody working in our grapevine farm, which is good. Need that. Still got our 3 laborers. So, and just like in settlement survival, we don't want to burn up all of our laborers right away. So we'll just keep the 3 there, and we'll keep gathering stuff around town. So I want to do again. Actually, I don't know if I do all the fruit trees, if it will cut down. If we get fruit from the fruit trees that we cut down, I'm not sure if that's a thing, but we are going to do that. People dying from starvation again. We got 18 population, so we're down to 1 free labor, and so that's kind of a lot of work for the 1 person, but it'll be all right. Storage yard. Maybe we want to. Yeah, I guess we have to do that because we need the wood to build a fruit gatherer. So just kind of keep up what we have here. 3 immigrants are in the city. Absolutely, let's do it. Decrease upkeep by 70% and productivity. Everyone happiness above 60 gives you productivity. So we would get a little bit of that. So let's go ahead and do that. Can't help but notice wide smile that spread across an immigrant child as they enter the promised land. That's pretty nice. And we'll go like this. So we should get an increase of productivity. Maybe not. So, oh, efficiency. Is it efficiency? Yeah, so there it goes. Goes from 100 to 114. Efficiency. So there we go. Eat that in a fruit gatherer like so. We should be back up to laborers 3, which is wonderful. We got some hunting lodge action happening. We're getting a little bit of leather. We got some game meat. And how are we doing on our production overall? So we're getting close, 655. So once this thing gets built up, which we can make a priority by doing this, that will be first. And then, well, we'll have to have our storage yard built up too. So this guy I don't really care about. Well, yeah, we do. Wait, so that's something that's new. Before, you couldn't get immigrants without having an immigration office built. And as you can see, we did get immigrants without having it built. So that's interesting. A new development. So how are we doing on population and housing? We have room for 1 more person. That's great. All sorts of people working over here. 4 laborers. And we can see what else we have for buildings. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and grab another fishing dock, maybe? Maybe not. Let's see. Let's go ahead and we'll get a tavern. So this is gonna be happiness. Happiness is important, of course. So we're gonna want to have that as well. You can see here what happiness does for us. Well, happiness can lower citizens' work speed. If it's really low, citizens may leave. So there aren't murderers, I don't believe, unless they added them in this game. But people will leave, so it's pretty much just as bad. Tavern. Look at this radius on this tavern. Super nice to have one of these guys around in your town. Definitely want to do that. And they are a little bit bigger than the house, so that's okay. We'll plot this guy right here, and then we can build a couple more houses down in this space, and we'll probably do that pretty quick here. We're at 23. We have room for 1 more people, so not a huge rush to do that, but this thing should be first, because we set that as the priority with the star there. So get that stuff built and going on. Doing great. Our farm happened. So do we get it? Okay, yes, there we go. So now we are in green with the food. So with the addition of our fruit gatherer here, we should be doing really great with food. And then we can get our charcoal burner going, and then we'll be doing all right with our fuel as well. So that'd be good. Good stuff. So I want to check out our radius on the. Okay, that goes way down there. So I'm gonna kind of start moving this guy. Well, yeah, maybe not. So what I'm hesitant about is if we go here to overlays, you can see the fertility. This is all really good farmland right here, and the whole point of like building by this river was so that we had that. So putting a charcoal burner there feels like a waste to me. We need 1,000 monies before we can expand this direction. 1,000 for that direction. Yeah, it's a lot. we need a lot of money. So what we could do is just not buy anything. Also sell some cards for nothing. You can sell the charcoal burner back, but maybe we'll just hang out for a minute, and then we'll buy some new land and expand a little bit this way, so we can get some charcoal happening as well. Like I said, I don't want to go down this way, so we don't want to build houses that way. We'll kind of maybe work our way in this direction for more houses, and kind of expand in the easterly direction there. Let's see. So we're at 716. So we'll be at 1,000 in a little bit. Oh, we have points for a tech tree. Forgot about that. So what's nice about the tech tree is this is accumulating points. And if I hover over something that we can research, you can see that this will cost 70. So since I have enough points to buy this immediately, it will be bought immediately. Research complete. Super nice. I really like that feature. So now we have basic tools, pottery, furniture, and beer brewing. So you can turn that wheat that we talked about at the very beginning of the episode into beer here. A sheep ranch, and mushroom log sterilization. I think we're going to go with basic tools. Tools are important. We have a decent amount, but we're going to need them. So this is where we're going to need the iron and coal eventually to get to iron working. And then there's something in here, I believe, that's going to let us do that. Oh, maybe it's a blacksmith. Yeah, there it is. So here's the blacksmith. That's why I wanted to go with the coal and the iron right away. Just something to think about. Trading post. So that's a lot of money. I'm not going to say no. And same thing for the port. I'm going to say no, since we're trying to save up a little bit here. We do have 6 laborers available. 5 queued cards in hand. So that's the stack over here. You get 5. The 5 queued hands were converted to 1 wild card. I'll show that again. I refuse. So wild cards are exactly what you think they are. They can be used for anything. They are very powerful, and eventually we'll be able to print them, and that's pretty OP in my opinion. But that's something we can do. So right off the bat here, we don't have a ton of things that we can build. We want a quarry and some of the basic stuff. We get some wood happening, some food happening, but as we get along in this tech tree, we're going to have a lot of things to build, and it gets to the point with a card system where you're just clicking through and just really hoping for wild cards basically to get the buildings you want. It's a little tedious, not the greatest system, but it gets the job done. It's unique. So we did get our fruit gatherer built up, which is great, super nice. We are working on our quest over here to produce fish. We need a little bit more wood. So if we go down over here, these trees are not in any radius for our fruit gatherers. So I think I'm going to do a gather all, and regardless of being fruit bearing or not, let's gather them up. We need some more wood coming in. That's the dealio with that. Look at this. So our food, 1,000, doing great. Medicine we aren't producing anymore, so of course that's negative. We got some stone that we aren't spending, so we're good there, and we're good with leather. So stuff's happening in a couple good ways around town. Super great. Little bumpy there for a minute when we had a couple starvation things happening. Took the cannibalism, but haven't enacted it yet, so it's not. We didn't do it yet. We have it, but we haven't put it in. And then something to keep in mind is you do have this buff that stacks well, it doesn't. The accumulation, you have four buildings that I could do here. It doesn't stack in the fact that I could hit the same building 4 times. Okay. Maybe it does. I think it gets wasted, honestly. So let's see. 115. Yeah, I wasted 3 of them. So unless the duration is longer, that could be. But yeah, so it doesn't stack. So I should have spread that around, but I didn't. I unlocked the employment bureau. Once built, you can gain the ability to manage a job priority. That's super nice to have. But again, we want to keep working our way to the east, and we're getting there. We're at 1,000 now, 1,000 coins. We need 1,086, so we'll just hold off for just a little bit longer, and then we will expand easterly. Look at that, we got our tavern done, so our happiness should increase. We're at 74 happiness, so this should go up. I think it goes up regardless of having beer or not, because it's within that radius. I guess 3, 4, yeah, nice. So we're at 76 already, went up already by 1, super nice. All cleared out. 1,090, and we will go ahead and claim the province. So you want to keep this in mind too. You want to have a high income. You want to have things coming in. So the building upkeep you're going to lose money from, and then territory you're going to gain money. But I don't know why we lost so much when I gained that territory. It's usually not the case. You can see here 21 income. So we got 21 more monies per cycle with that. So let's go ahead, and we were talking about getting our charcoal burner out easterly, so we should do that. Let's go ahead and we'll stretch our road out a touch, and we don't want to go too crazy up in this direction yet because of our fruit gatherer there, and it looks like that nobody is working there. So let's get this employment bureau working. Let's go ahead and we'll put it across the road from our tavern and instant build, so we can set the job priority. So this is gonna be a good thing. So our fruit gatherers, we want somebody in there, somebody in our farm. We got people in the fishing lodge, hunting lodge, or an immigration office. So everybody is employed, 11 on 11. I'm not sure why. Oh, okay, never mind. It's there. So we can turn that back on. That should get colored in here because we do have enough workers. There it goes. Nice. So yeah, you can shuffle around these priorities. I am not upset with how these are right now, so I'm gonna leave them. Yeah, and then we should. Oh, we're still at 1 extra space, so that's good. Let's get that charcoal burner working, and we'll put it on. So in this game, see, people get mad when you build industrially things near the town, near the residential stuff. So you have to be kind of a little picky on where you're building stuff. So I think we'll kind of work this space down here with our industrial stuff. And that little thing here, that's a hovel. That's where animals spawn. So you can get rid of that, and then you lose a little bit of the local animal wildlife. But that's, you know, that it hurts the hunters a little bit. So I'm going to try not to get rid of that. And I do want to still keep some space over here for our farms. So then I'm going to try and leave some more room. So now we're going to need to have some more houses, because that is going to be extra people. So 29 out of 25. So we'll get another house started up right over, yep, like so. And we'll get that guy going. And then sustainability, less input. So my thought for that is we'll put this in the charcoal burner. And so when that gets going, we will use less wood to make fuel. So it's just a good thing to have. And yeah, we need some more trees. So let's go ahead and we are going to gather trees, non-fruit. Actually, let's just do all, whoa. Hey there, buddy. Let's do all the things over here. Get all these trees gathered up. And that'd be good. We need that. So get that stuff started. And then we could do another forester on this end of town as well. And that'll be great. And that's going to be, I think, our first episode in our new Kingdoms Reborn series. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please let me know what you think. And I hope you have a fantastic and amazing rest of your evening, day, or night. And I hope to see you on the next episode of Kingdoms Reborn.